and most tour companies simply don't have these best practices implemented. These are some of the most important pages on your website. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Hi there, Kelsey Toner here from Guest Focus. In this video series, we are talking how to write tour descriptions that sell. How to create sales pages for your tours, activities, and experiences that grab those page visitors by the scruff of their neck and doesn't let them go until they click book now, buy now, or get tickets. In the Guest Focus Tour Business Coaching Program, we actually share a 12-part framework on how to write irresistible tour descriptions. Now, that workbook is normally reserved for our coaching members, but we're gonna hook you up with a copy here today. So to download a copy, you can click the link below, or you can go to guestfocus.com/tour descriptions. And this series, plus that workbook, are gonna help you increase your conversions, i.e. increase the amount of people who book when they visit your website and help you drive more sales. In this video, we're gonna kick things off with 7 best practices for your tour sales pages. And the first one is this, that your tour description page should be written with one person in mind. And that person is your ideal target guest. You may have heard this term as an ideal customer avatar. It basically means the same thing. So many tour descriptions are trying to be everything to everybody. Generic does not sell, specific sells. So through something that we call a guest deep dive, or any method you choose, you should be figuring out what's important to your ideal target guest. What are their needs, wants, desires, or dream scenarios when it comes to tours and activities in your area? What are some of their pain points, their frustrations, the things that drive them nuts? We're gonna use that information, use that fodder to create a really compelling and effective tour description. Now, does that mean that you have to turn away business from people who aren't your ideal target guest? Of course not. And some of you might say, well, Kelsey, I have a couple different ideal target guests that I'm focused on. Well, in that scenario, keep in mind you can do what we call perceived customization. You might want to have more than one tour description for the same underlying product. Here's a great example. We were working with a party bike company who was down in Scottsdale, Arizona. They had private bookings where you could book that party bike and take your group out, have a great time. And we noticed that there were a lot of bachelorette groups who were coming down and having a great time on the party bikes. So we encouraged them to create a dedicated page just for those bachelorette groups because we could more effectively sell to that subgroup. The conversion rate on that page will increase substantially if you're able to speak specifically to that ideal target guest. But at the end of the day, it's still the same private rental of the party bike. Now, in most cases, one tour description is all you're gonna need for each tour. But that tour description needs to be written specifically to your ideal target guest. Best practice number 2 is you wanna have a separate page or a separate URL for each tour that you're selling. It's a mistake to try and sell multiple tours through one single page. So if you've got 3 tours, that means 3 separate tour pages and 3 separate tour descriptions. Best practice number 3, each tour description page should have a single clear call to action. This is usually in the form of a button. That's a nice bright color. It stands out from the rest of the page. And this is the action that we want your page visitors to take. This is usually book now, buy tickets, reserve, or for multi-day tours, perhaps it's reach out to us or contact us or something like that. But whatever action you would like the page visitor to take, let's make sure it's crystal clear. Too many tour description pages have links pointing in all directions. We even recommend avoiding linking out to your TripAdvisor profile, to Facebook, to Google. We do not want to link out from your tour description pages. There is one clear call to action that should be represented with a nice big button, and all of the copy and everything we put on this page should encourage and urge people to take that clear next step. Best practice number 4 is to use booking software. Now, there are tons of reasons to use booking software for your tour and activity business, but in terms of your sales pages, you want to reduce the number of steps it takes from a page visitor to become a paying customer. And that's what booking software does. It allows your visitors to see real-time availability, and you'll be able to process their credit card information or other payment details. This allows your sales pages to become sales reps for your company that are working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. There are no bigger steps that you can take to increase your sales than by using a booking software on your tour pages. Number 5, we want to make sure our tour description pages are quick loading and mobile optimized. Mobile optimized simply means that they look great and are easy to use on phones and tablets. Google has highlighted that we're going to start penalizing websites that aren't easy to use from our cell phones. And over 85% of people surveyed have said that they're booking travel through their mobile phones. So this is not only important for Google, but it's important to have a great experience for our customers. Now, a website that loads quickly is another thing that Google has emphasized is important because they see all kinds of data that when you're on a slow loading website or we have to wait, we tend to go elsewhere, right? We click out, we'll go to a competitor website, or we'll get frustrated. So we want to make sure that our web pages are loading quickly. And the biggest culprit here for tour and activity business owners, it is the size of your images. We cannot take full-sized images from our cameras, our computers, or for our hard drives and simply load them onto our website. You've got to make sure that your images are mobile optimized, and that's going to greatly increase the load speed of your web page. A tool like Google Page Insights is great for quickly seeing how responsive your mobile page are and how quickly it loads. Best practice number 6 is to use a floating book now button and availability calendar. Let's pull up a website so you can have a look at what I mean. As we scroll down the page, now this is a desktop view, you're going to see that the Book Now button and the availability calendar stay visible at all times. It's as if they float up and down the page. Now this is fantastic for a number of reasons. First and foremost, it keeps that call to action visible at all times, meaning that Book Now button is always going to be visible no matter where you are in the tour description. If your booking software allows you to have an availability calendar, we recommend putting that in this floating section as well. This is going to reduce the number of steps it takes for people to begin the booking process. Right away, they're going to be able to see their availability. This is an easy thing to implement, and it highly, highly, highly recommended for increasing conversions. Best practice number 7 is to have a floating Book Now button on your mobile view. Basically, when you've got a small screen size, that floating Book Now button and availability calendar widget that you may have set up for your website no longer works. Most websites will simply have that fall to the bottom of the website because there's not enough screen real estate. So what we need to set up is a floating Book Now bar that's going to stay there as we scroll up and down the website. As you can see here, no matter where we are in the tour description, we have that clear call to action in a bright, distinct color on screen at all times. By doing this, your mobile visitors will know exactly the next step that they need to take. Myself and our team of tour business coaches, we see a lot of tour descriptions, and most tour companies simply don't have these best practices implemented. These are some of the most important pages on your website. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. These types of tweaks and optimizations can increase your sales, they can increase your revenue, and they can increase your profitability. It's worth taking the time to implement these steps. Up next in our series, we're going to look at the content, at the copy, and the layout of the tour description page. If you'd like a copy of our Irresistible Tour Descriptions workbook, you can go to guestfocus.com/tour descriptions. If you found this video useful, share it with a friend or colleague. And if you're watching us here on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, and ring that notifications bell. All those small gestures help our channel grow. Thanks so much for being here, and we'll see you in the next video.